It's been a very busy day in Bobsville. The Can-Do crew has been ordered by the city council to make the town a nicer place to live in and has sent Mr. Bentley, the building inspector, to check on the team. Bob is turning an old rubbish dump into a park with Scoop and Rolly, while Wendy needs Muck, Lofty, and Dizzy to help build a bicycle path of an old train track. Lofty asks Wendy about the trains, but Wendy tells him that railway isn't used anymore and that there is lots of rails to be removed, which he'll be handy in doing. To make this job easier, Wendy attaches a magnet to Lofty so he can pick up the rails more easily. Wendy reminds Lofty that the magnet is very powerful and that he must think hard to control it. The magnet nearly grabs Wendy's wrench. Lofty accidentally grabs Dizzy with his magnet and struggles to release her, though Dizzy actually enjoys this and giggles throughout the problem. After Lofty drops Dizzy, the team heads off to the different jobs. At the railway, Lofty is still unsure about the trains, but Wendy reassures him, saying that there haven't been any trains for years. She then tells Lofty she'll loosen the rails from the sleepers so he can lift them into Muck's dumper and they'll soon get to work. Over at the former dump, Mr. Bentley meets up with Bob, Scoop, and Rolly. As Mr. Bentley checks off the phases, Bob is impressed with Mr. Bentley's new pen. Mr. Bentley sees that he was given it by the mayor. After finishing checking on Bob, Mr. Bentley puts his pen in his pocket, but he ends up dropping it without noticing and heads the railway to see Wendy. At the railway, Wendy and the rest of the team have been clearing away the train track. Lofty struggles using his magnet as he constantly drops a rail just as Mr. Bentley arrives, observing him and the rest of the team. Eventually, after both teams begin wrapping up their respective jobs, Wendy sends Muck to the dump and has Lofty go along to help unload, much to his dismay. On the way to the dump, Lofty begins having trouble with his magnet and asks Muck to slow down. However, Muck reminds Lofty that if they don't make it to the dump before it closes, they'll have to take everything back to the yard and leaves Lofty behind. Lofty tries to catch up with Muck, but unfortunately, he has lost control of his magnet, accidentally grabbing metal objects with it in the process. Mr. Bentley arrives at the new park and is impressed with Bob's work. He's about to check Bob off, but realizes his pen is missing. Bob points out that it must be under the newly laid out turfs of grass that Rolly had already just flattened, which he and Scoop will have to dig everything back up to look for his pen. Muck then arrives with the parts of the train track.